everyone, Dyer, and you are watching a Dyer-Situation. Today I'm seeing Inside Out. A lot of good things are coming out this movie, praising it as the newest Pixar masterpiece and all. And to be honest, just going into it, I'm not sure. When I first saw this premise, when I first saw the trailer, I was actually surprised when I saw that it was actually a Pixar movie. 'Cause when I hear that premise of, like, little people in your head controlling you, I'm thinking, like, I don't know, it sounds more like something DreamWorks would do. It doesn't sound like a Pixar movie to me. But, I don't know, they specialize in surprising you, I guess, so I'll see. Yeah, I don't know, I'm not seeing much potential in it, but, yeah, maybe I'll be surprised, have some magic, I don't know. I'll tell you afterwards. Funny thing was, after the movie started, I kinda regretted the before part, because I forgot to mention my theory. So, I'm going to pretend that I mentioned this at the beginning. My theory about this movie is that it's going to be about the little girl going through puberty, and that's what's fucking up her brain. And it was totally wrong, so I don't feel bad about saying that afterwards. Anyway. I enjoyed it. Yeah, it definitely felt creative. It felt like a Pixar movie, so I was wrong about the whole DreamWorks thing. I'm sorry, Pixar. I shouldn't doubt you, I know. Just after Brave and Cars. And Brave. Fuck Brave. Yeah, I don't know. This movie has a lot of what I call there's probably a better name for it, but I call it the Three's Company syndrome. If you don't know what that is, Three's Company is a sitcom from the 80s, and the premise is basically that this young college horn dog is looking for an apartment in California, and the only place he can afford to rent is with these two young, gorgeous single ladies. The only problem is that the landlord doesn't want him fooling around, so he has to pretend he's gay in order to be able to live there. Now, of course, the two young ladies know he's not gay, but the landlord has to know. And of course, since this entire setup is built around lies, it leads to basically cringeworthy scenarios. And it just branches out. And that's what I mean. Those moments where, like, something's happening and you feel incredibly embarrassed and upset at what you're watching, that you close your eyes and you don't feel like listening or taking it in anymore. Three's Company syndrome. That happens once every damn episode. I love that show. Yeah, this happened quite a few bits in this movie. Problem is, I don't even know if that's a good thing or not. I just have a name for it. I guess it is, because it got me watching the show all the time. Just for those moments, because, like, gives you an adrenaline rush, I guess, just watching it, like, oh god, no. This is so awkward, no. You're never gonna live this down. But yeah, it has some pretty uniquely designed characters. They're surprisingly, this is the funny part, surprisingly not one-dimensional, despite the fact that they are quite seriously based around one emotion. The main five characters. Surprising how many different movies have, like, things that are actual people and they don't have more than one, like, one emotion or one attitude. It's weird. Like in this, even the thing representing sadness feels happiness every now and then. It's like they're characters. And then of course, like many Pixar movies, it brings up like weird, complicated ideas. Like every single being in the world has these things in their heads. Do they ever desire to live outside of people's heads? Do they just think differently than we do? Or are they in my head right now? How do we know? The brain's complicated. We haven't been able to figure it out that far. Or does that mean that the little people inside our heads are the ones that are making us cut open other people's heads, even though they know that there's little people in there? They know this firsthand. Oh my God, are they murderers? You see, Pixar movies do that too. Anyway, yeah, I can recommend this, but I really don't know if I can recommend it as highly as every other critic has been doing. I just didn't get the whole. I didn't get the full feeling out of this. This wasn't another Incredibles to me. To me, the Incredibles still remains the magnum opus of Pixar creation, and it didn't hit that point for me. This is probably gonna win an animation Oscar, but it would win an animation Oscar even if it was Brave. Oh wait, it already did. But yeah, I do like it. I do think you should see it, but I can't say it's my favorite, and I can't really even be a stretch for me to even put it on my top 5. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Yeah, go see it. It's a good movie, definitely. And until next time, you are watching a Dire Situation.